Do you remember the 21st night of September? I do because we're doing the weather tonight. Meteorologist Shane Smith here with you. And yes, it is Sunday, September 21st. And by the time you're watching this video, most likely going to be the start of astronomical fall with the fall equinox on the 22nd on Monday. So changing of the seasons at hand, changing of the weather pattern. We had a few strong thunderstorms roll through the region today across the bluegrass state of Kentucky, and more storms are on the way. Let's take a look at the big picture right now, courtesy of Radar Omega. You can see area of low pressure off to our north and more thunderstorms building off to our west, and those will dive on into the bluegrass tomorrow as that upper level low continues to sit and spin over the Ohio Valley for the next several days, and we will see chances of rainfall increase. In fact, some of the best chances of rain we've seen in quite a while here in the bluegrass. I'm going 60% tomorrow statewide, so a pretty good shot. You can see that forecast for tomorrow down below. That is mainly centered around London, Kentucky, but you can take that as kind of a general forecast for most of the region. Okay, now with that area of low pressure, we do have some enhanced wind at play. Marginal risk of severe weather possible on Monday. It is not a great chance, but for all the area highlighted in kind of that darker green shade, that is a 1 out of 5 on the severe weather scale. That means isolated severe thunderstorms, limited in duration, intensity, or coverage. So this is not a big event, but one or two of those storms may spike up. And then also on Tuesday, down in the Pennyroyal region, from Bowling Green west, we got to be on the lookout for a few more strong to severe thunderstorms. And not only do we have the threat of severe weather, we actually have the threat of flooding and excessive rain outlook for most of next week, specifically highlighting Monday right here, with a marginal risk of flash flooding for the entire state. And it's kind of wild to think we have an excessive rain outlook when we've seen the very strong drought conditions we've seen lately, but there is that isolated flash flood threat, and that's because the ground is so dry. Any rain that falls, if it's heavy, could start overflowing quickly. There could be a lot of runoff, and there's a lot of moisture in the air, so some of these thunderstorms may produce a quick 2 to 3 inches of rain. That could spark off some isolated flash flooding. Now, we're talking generally isolated, localized, and mainly in places that typically see high water problems, but it is something to keep a close eye on. Okay, so how does it all play out? Let's take a look at the HRRR model. Take you through the overnight tonight. About 4 o'clock in the morning, East Coast time, a few scattered showers in central Kentucky, a little better concentration out west of I-65. Take you into the morning commute, 8 o'clock, a few showers south central and western Kentucky, and a little bit hanging out in northeastern Kentucky from Moorhead over to Maysville and points to the east. Our best chance of showers and thunderstorms, though, especially that strong to severe chance, going to be after lunchtime. I think we'll see a couple little squall lines or clusters of thunderstorms develop in that 1 to 5 o'clock window. Those will race eastward across the state. As those go east, they will likely pick up in intensity, and that's when we'll see that best chance of damaging winds. Notice how a really pronounced bow echo on the radar tomorrow night around 10 o'clock, going through like Moorhead down to West Liberty, over to Salyersville, back over towards Jackson, and eventually working towards Hazard. We'll have to wait and see if that radar ends up coming to fruition, but if we do see a signature like that, that would be at least the indicator for some strong damaging winds. We'll see rain linger on into Tuesday morning, and then just scattered storms off and on throughout the day on Tuesday. I think the overall rain coverage on Tuesday looking pretty good. We fast forward using the European model into Wednesday, and that may actually be the best chance for the week. You'll notice that area of low pressure getting a lot closer to the state Wednesday afternoon. So I think that's when we'll see the largest coverage and possibly the highest intensity of shower action. That lingers on into Thursday morning before that low starts to clear the region on Friday. But even some lingering showers and thunderstorms can't be ruled out on the back side of that system on both Friday and Saturday, although the chances of those much smaller. It looks like Wednesday, Thursday are going to be the highest chances of precipitation. Let's talk temperatures. We wake up tomorrow into the 60s. We top out low 80s in most spots. A similar situation on Tuesday, although if we see enough cloud cover, it may be upper 70s instead of low 80s. Just depends on how widespread that rain is. We likely wake up with some dense fog and mostly cloudy skies on Wednesday, especially areas that see heavy rain on Tuesday. We'll have that dense fog Wednesday morning, and then we top out again mid 70s to low 70s northern Kentucky, low 80s southeastern Kentucky, and then you see that cooler air finally pushes in behind the front on Friday. We may actually get back into the mid 50s for lows Friday morning, and then by the afternoon only topping out into the mid 70s, and then on Saturday looking like a 50s and 70s kind of day for the World Chicken Festival. That's coming up this weekend in London. Right now, few scattered showers on Friday and Saturday. I know the festival kicks off on Thursday. Thursday may not be the best night to go down to London for that festival, but I highly encourage you, if you've never been, go get a piece of chicken from the world's largest skillet. All right, how much rain could we see over the next 6 days or so? European models saying a widespread 1 to 3 inches across the state. We will take it, and has a pretty strong confirmation from the GFS. There's a little bit more of an emphasis on eastern Kentucky, but the same idea of a general 1 to 3 inches, and that would help dramatically with the drought. You see a large chunk of western Kentucky now under a severe drought, and most of the state, especially in central and northern Kentucky, under a moderate drought. So here in the east, it's not been as dry, but the rest of the state could most certainly use a drink of rain, and hopefully we'll get that as we head on into the rest of this work week. You'll also notice those temperatures coming down as we take a look at the 10-day temperature tracker, about where we should be this time of year, although lows running a little bit warm up until Friday or Saturday. But I think we will see a rebound early next week into the low 80s before another frontal system comes in around the middle of next week. So I think the second round of summer is wrapping up. We are now moving into true fall, which makes sense since astronomical fall is kicking off on your Monday. All right, friends, that is all that I have for you tonight. Hope you have a great evening. Stay weather aware. I'll try to post updates as I can tomorrow, although I am at the school, so I am a little bit limited in what I can post while that is going on. But remember, just have the weather radio, have a weather app to get those warnings. Not expecting anything too wild, but a few severe thunderstorms with gusty winds in excess of 60 miles per hour could cause some of those trees to come down. Also, watch out for leaves on the road tomorrow. That wind could likely cause a lot of leaves, and then you get those wet, could create some slick spots out there. So just be careful if you're driving during those storms during the afternoon on your Monday. Okay, that does it for me. If you enjoy what I do here over on Meteorologist Shane Smith on Facebook and YouTube, hit that like or follow button, or better yet, subscribe on YouTube. All of those go a long way in helping me out. And on YouTube, there's a new feature, the hype button. If you enjoy the content I'm producing here, hit that hype button. It helps out a whole lot, especially for smaller creators. Although if you want, save it. You can only hype 3 videos a month, and we may need some of that hype when winter weather rolls around. We may start talking winter weather here in a couple of days, because I am seeing some signs in the patterns that make me think, this may be a little bit similar to last year. We'll have to wait and see. All right, that's all I've got for now. Until next time, friends, take care. I'm meteorologist Shane Smith. Stay weather aware, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye now.